as I'm sure maybe you have, some of you who already have read it all, will see really this is a very important moment here, really, when Oedipus was told by his, by his queen, to cast her about not to worry about his life and so on, and the question about his story. And now he's saying, now Oedipus is going to tell her, his own story, because he says the same thing, he is telling us exactly the same story from his side, which is when he himself went to the oracle, and God told him that he will do the same thing as he was told by others, or as his queen now is saying to him. And really here is very tragic. And again, this is a reminder of what I was saying, that Oedipus really was a funny man, that he never even, used his mind enough when he should have. Sometimes you must act when you need to. And I think here the idea, we find it absolutely the case. Oedipus here is telling us his story. He said, my father, notice he's speaking now, he's telling, as I said, his queen. Let me put off this light because always, I think it's shining more. Because I can see my screen better, maybe. I don't know. Let me see. Notice, and he said here, Oedipus said, and so you shall, I can hold nothing back from you. Now I have reached this pitch of dark foreboding. Who means more to me than you? Notice here he's already, for example, aware that he has already reached this, as he said, this pitch of dark, telling. Foreboding means things are coming step by step to really find him absolutely the terrible criminal himself. Tell me, whom would I turn toward but you as I go through all this? My father was Oedipus, king of Corinth. Now remember, this is his story. This is his story when he was, remember, he's telling us that he was brought up by that king, the king of Corinth, right? And now he's saying his story. My father was Oedipus, and his name, of course, he's saying him. My father was Oedipus, king of Corinth. My mother, again, a Dorian, Merope, and I was held the prince of the realm among the popular, or among the people there, till something struck me out of nowhere, something strange, worth remembering perhaps, hardly worth the anxiety I gave it. Some man at a banquet who had drunk too much shouted out, he was far gone, mind you, that I am not my father's son. So here, remember, really this is Oedipus's own real story. He said, well, I mean, you don't mean real, because that's the story that he knows, because he was brought up by that king. And there, once he said, somebody told me that I'm not the son of my father, so he was shocked. He said, I'm not my father's son. Fighting words, fighting words, I barely restrained myself that day, but the next I went to mother and father, because that's what he believed, they were his father and mother. So he said, I went to them, to mother and father, right? Questioned them closely, and they were angered or enraged, I'm sorry, I have to use this because I can't see the screen because the the copy here is not really clear to me. I don't know what's wrong. Because, yeah, I think it's the copying. Okay. They were enraged, all the accusation and the fool who let it fly. So as for my parents, I was satisfied, but still this thing kept gnawing at me. You know, the idea that he was told that he's not the son of his father. So he was, you know, he was assured by his parents. He said, no, 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 that's not true. Rest assured, everything is fine. But of course he said, that's what they said, but I did not feel it, because he said, this kept something in my mind all the time. Knowing, look at the word knowing, as if, you know, really biting my heart all the time, trying to find what's wrong with me. And again, the slander spread. I had to make my move. And so, unknown to mother and father, I set out for Delphi. So you see, he himself, being a prince, he said, I went up to the gods, you know, to Delphi, where the messengers supposed to be there, and the gods. He said, I went there. And the god Apollo, well, the god Apollo spurned me, sent me away, denied the facts I came for. But first he flashed before my eyes a future, great with pain, terror, disaster. And here, you know, that Apollo himself again told him this, and now he's, of course, he's saying it again to us. I can hear him cry, you are fated to couple with your mother. You will bring a breed of children into the light no man can hear, can bear to see. You will kill your father, the one who gave you life. I heard all that and ran. So, look at this. He was told by the gods, by Apollo, you know, that's the idea is being again said to him. So, yeah, again here, I'm taking this against him, because really, this is against him, because he did not think enough when he killed that old man on a chariot with many men with him. So definitely he should be a king. Looking at the way he killed him, and you know, he's going to tell us that again, because, you know, really Oedipus was stupid, absolutely stupid, not to think that this man could be my father. Absolutely. And notice here, he said that. So he was told that you are going to do this and this and this. And then, you know, I heard all that and ran. I abandoned Corinth. From that day on, I gauged its landfall only by the stars, running, always running towards some place where I should never see the shame of all those oracles come true. Remember, and this is his tragedy, of course. He ran away from his false parents. He thought that he ran away from his parents, not wanting to stay with them, thinking that he's going to kill his father and marry his mother. So he ran away from the wrong parents. But at that moment, he had no idea, really. I mean, yeah, the idea that honestly here, Oedipus did the right thing to run away from his supposedly to be parents, right? But of course, I'm saying he was wrong and stupid not to think that, you know, killing that man could be a father. Anyway, so here he is telling us what happened. So you see, he said, ran towards some place where I would never see the shame of all those oracles come true. And I fled. I reached that very spot where the great king, you say, met his death. Now, Jocasta, I will tell you all. Making my way toward this triple crossroad, I began to see a herald, then a trance, then a brace of colts drawing a wagon, and mounted on the bench a man, just as you have described him, coming face to face, and the one in the lead and the old man himself were about to thrust me off the road, brute force, and the one shouldering me aside, the driver, I strike him in anger. In anger. This is it. As I told you, that's his terrible, absolute terrible error, anger. So he started, now he's saying what happened. He started to kill, you know, and he's saying all this. And then the old man, he said, the old man watching me coming up along the wheel, his wheels, he brings down his prod, 2 prongs straight at my head. I paid him back with interest. This is terrible. He's saying paying him with interest, meaning I paid him more and more and more than he hit me. Means I hit him more. What a terrible man. Short work, by God. With one blow of the staff in his right hand, I knocked him out. In this right hand, I knocked him out of his high seat, roll him out of the wagon, sprawling, heralding, I killed them all, every mother's son. Astaghfirullah al-Aliyyul Azim. Yeah. I killed them all. Yeah, so here he is stupid, absolutely stupid, crazy Oedipus. He was never a king here. He was never a prince. He was mad. Killing all these people, killing all of them, you know, and not thinking that this might be my father. You see, this is really what I would say, that Oedipus is absolutely responsible for his act, responsible for his act, for his action. Don't tell me fate, and don't tell me, oh yeah, doctor, fate, it's destiny. Yeah. We are fated, but we have minds, we have brains. We should use our mind. And really here, this is what I always say to students and to people when I teach this. Oedipus is in charge of himself. Oedipus is responsible. Yes, he was told to do this. He's going to do this and do this and do this and do this. And we say it's written already there. Yeah. But you can at least try to say, because that's the message. Really, that's the message of this play. That's the meaning of this play. The meaning of this play is we have to use our mind. We have to use our mind, to use our judgment, not to be in anger and rash and do things in a crazy manner. Absolutely. So that's what he's saying. He said, I killed them all, every mother's son. Now we go back to Captain Keeney, isn't it? Every mother's son of you, isn't it? That's what he said. And here he's saying here, every mother's son. Oh, but if there's any blood tie between Laius and this stranger, what man alive more miserable than I? Now he's saying, yeah. If that man is related, or maybe is Laius, then my God, I did a terrible thing. This thing, then it's me who killed that man Laius. He said, now he's thinking, now, after so many years now, he is using his mind. Yeah, maybe that man could be Laius. Between Laius and the stranger, that man alive, what man alive more miserable than I? Means if that man was Laius, I would be, I should be, I am the most miserable man ever. And I think that's what it is. More hatred by the gods. Sorry, more hated by the gods. Yes, 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 yes. I am the man. I am the man no alien, no citizen welcomes to his home. Law forbids it. Not a word to me in public. Driven out of every hearth and home. And all these curses, no one but I, brought down these piling curses on myself. And that's what I said to you before. Oedipus is the destroyer of his own self. He is the destroyer. That's what Crayon told him. That's what Crayon told him. And that's what Tiresias told him. And you know, he never sort of thought about it. And now he's saying it, yeah, I myself have done this to myself. I brought down these piling curses on myself. And you, his wife, I have touched your body with these, the hands that killed your husband over, notice here, cover you with blood. Yeah, well, yeah, now he's saying, now he's using his mind, yeah, but it's too late. It's too late, my friend. No. It's too late. Wasn't I born for torment? Wasn't I born for torment? So he's saying, come on. Means this, then really, this is the situation. How can I help it? So I was born and I was made to be the tormentor of my own self. Look me in the eyes. I am abomination, heart and soul. Oh my God. Yeah. Now he's saying, I'm the terrible thing. I am the whole ugly thing. I'm the total, absolute, miserable, horrible, bad, ugly, filthy, hateful thing. Abomination, heart and soul. I must be exiled, and even in exile never see my parents, never set foot on native ground again. Else I am doomed to couple with my mother and cut my fathers down. Oedipus, who reared me, gave me life. But why? Why? Wouldn't a man of judgment say? And wouldn't he be right? Some savage power has brought this down upon my head. Yeah, I mean, we can say that Oedipus, maybe as sometimes here when he's thinking, when he's wise, why should I be cursed like that? Why? What did I do? Why should I be cursed even when I'm still a little baby? What's wrong? Why? So, in this sense, we can say, well, that's the idea. And now I'm saying here that Oedipus actually, the whole idea that he was destined and he was fated, and he's asking all these questions. So he must have done something, to saying, he asking, why me? Right? Oh, no, not that. You pure and awesome gods, never let me see that day. So here he's again still thinking that Oedipus is his father in Corinth, and Merope is his mother. right? And, he's saying, no, I ran away from them. Notice, never let me see that day. Let me slip from the world of men, vanish without a trace before I see myself stained with such corruption, stained to the heart. Leader, and here, of course, he's saying all this terrible, big speech, and everybody's listening. And leader, my lord, you fill our hearts with fear, but at least until you question the witness, do take hope. Exactly, here's my last hope. I'm waiting for the shepherd. He is crucial. So now Oedipus sent for the shepherd to see whether, he was, at that time, he was still, you remember the story how he was sent the baby in the mountain and so on. And now, of course, he's receiving him. What did I say? What struck you so? Jocasta said. Oedipus, you said thieves. He told you a whole band of them murdered liars. So if he still holds to that same number, I can't be the killer. One cannot equal many. But if he refers to one man, one alone, clearly this scales come down on me. I am guilty. He's just now judging again to see if that man will testify that the men, the thieves, how many men who killed the king, then okay, then it's not me. But if he says it's only one man, then it's me. And Jocasta said, oh, impossible, trust me. Well, what a terrible Jocasta. Trust me, mashallah, trust me. I told you precisely what he said, and he can't retract it now. The whole city heard it, not just I. And even if he should vary his first report by one man more or less, still, my lord, he could never make the murder of liars truly fit the prophecy. Apollo was explicit. My son was doomed to kill my husband. And now Jocasta is repeating exactly what Apollo said to her and to, her husband, liars. Said, Apollo said, and she said explicit means absolutely clear. My son was doomed to kill my husband, my son. Poor, defenseless thing. He never had a chance to kill his father. They destroyed him first. So much for prophecy. So she's mocking here the prophecy and mocking the gods. She's saying, yeah, that's what they said, but my son was killed. What a terrible thing. Meaning all those gods are not gods, they are liars. That's what she's saying. Yeah, sorry, put this AC off. This is so noisy. Yeah, so you can see here really the idea I'm saying here is Jocasta is, of course, she does not want this to be true. So that's why she's saying, oh, come on, even these gods don't believe them. They tell a lot of lies. So that's why she said, so much for prophecy. Means, what a terrible thing. These people can say, these gods, it's rather, she said, it's neither here nor there. From this day on, I wouldn't look right or left. Oedipus, true still, that shepherd, someone fetch him here, fetch him now. So now, they bring this, and now here again, Oedipus and the chorus saying the same thing, destiny, destiny, destiny. Again here, they guide me always. and destiny find me filled with reverence, pure in word and deed. You know, in a way here, really, the chorus is mocking both of them. You are mocking, you know, they're saying, you mocking gods, you're mocking, you know, the gods and what they say. Now we mock you both, you, the king and the queen. Right? And I think really this is here when they, you know, this chorus said a lot of things here saying, pride, you know, pride breeds the tyrant. Yeah. Pride breeds the tyrant. Violent pride, gorging, crammed to burning, with all that is overripe and rich with ruin. You know, listen, you people, you, the king and the queen, you are so arrogant. You're so proud. You're so proud. You're so arrogant. You will not believe you're not real people. And that's why, you know, your pride make you tyrants. الطاغوت. طاغوت. Wow. You know, really here, this is really funny when he's saying here, you know, the word tyrant. Yeah, in a way, yes. In a way, yes, because Oedipus was behaving like a tyrant. And even here, Jocasta is talking and behaving like a tyrant woman. And really, the chorus here is mocking them. But in a minute, you can see here when, you know, it's a long speech, really. I'm not going to read all this for you because it's just such a long speech. Please read it on your own because it's really lovely here. Now, let me see where I'm going to. Yeah, here when the messenger arrived, okay? The messenger, remember the messenger, a messenger while they were doing all this. Jocasta was here after this. She was like doing some kind of prayers here in this line there. Jocasta, lords of the realm, it occurred to me just now to visit the temples of gods. So I have my branch in hand and incense too. So here we see a little bit maybe, you know, while they were waiting for the messenger, we see Jocasta is feeling a bit human when she came to visit the temple to do them prayers or something like, you know, begging gods to make things better and happier for her. And she said, you know, she was saying all this here. Oedipus is beside himself, reached with anguish, no longer a man of sense. You know, she's here saying all this, and she was begging the gods to, you know, to amend things a little bit. And here a messenger arrived. A messenger arrived approaching here, messenger approaching Jocasta and the chorus. Strangers, please, I wonder if you could lead us to the palace of the king. I think it's Oedipus. Better the man himself, you know where he is. And leader, of course, one of the chorus, of course. This is his palace, stranger. He's inside, but here is his queen, his wife and mother of his children. Yeah, of course, here, you know, there's a lot of irony, really. Yeah, his queen, his wife, and his mother. Yeah, his mother. Yeah. What a terrible thing, really. And the messenger said, you know, saying, blessings on you, my noble queen, queen of Oedipus, crowned with all of your family, blessings on you always. And Jocasta, of course, is looking at him and she's, you know, he's a stranger to her. All the same to you, stranger, you deserve it. And of course, the stranger he's telling her a story here. Notice quickly, I'll read that with you. Wonderful news, he said. Wonderful news in the house, my lady, for your husband too. Jocasta, really? What? Who sent you? Messenger, Corinth. I will give you the message in a moment. You will be glad of it. How could you help it? Though it costs a little sorrow in the bargain. Jocasta, what can it be with lunch with such a double edge? You know, he's going to tell her, you know, briefly that his king is dead now. So now Oedipus can come back and become the king. Yeah, well, let's see. And that's really here the question. Notice he said, the people there, they want to make your Oedipus king of Corinth. So they are saying now, what? Why? Isn't that Oedipus still in power? No man, death has got him in the tomb. What are you saying? Oedipus dead? Dead? Yeah, if not, if I am not telling the truth, strike me dead too. Jocasta to a servant, quickly, go to your master, tell him this. Your prophecies of the gods. Again here, she's laughing at the gods. Now she's, gods again, yeah, they never tell the truth. You prophecies of the gods, where are you now? You know, she's mocking the gods, saying, yeah, now the king is dead. Now the man didn't kill his father. Now she's making connections, right? Notice, this is the man that Oedipus feared for years. He fled him not to kill him, and now he's dead. Quite by chance, a normal, natural death. Not murdered by his son. Oh, well, you are wrong, my friend Jocasta. You have no idea. Yes, and of course, you know, Oedipus entering, of course, from the palace. Dearest, what now? Why call me from the palace? Jocasta bringing the messenger closer. Listen to him. See for yourself what all those awful proclamation or those awful prophecies of God have come to. Again, you know, she's saying it. Those terrible prophecies from the gods. Look what he's saying. Listen to what he's saying, Oedipus. And who is he? What can he have for me? He is from Corinth. He has come to tell you your father is no more. Oedipus is dead. Oedipus wheeling on the messenger. What? Let me have it from your lips. Messenger, well, if that's what you want for first, then here it is. Make no mistake, Oedipus is dead and gone. How? Murder? Sickness? What? What killed him? A light tip of the scales can put old bones to rest. So, okay, you give me something. Come on, man. You're a king. Give me something. I can tell you the story. Yeah. Sickness then, poor man, it wore him down. That and the long count of years he had measured out. So Jocasta, why look to the prophet's earth, the fires of the future? What scan the birds? And here again, Oedipus, a little bit, Oedipus is thinking that, yeah, maybe the gods are not saying the truth. Now I've come clean, and maybe everything is okay. They winged me on to the murder of my father, did they? That was my doom. Well, look, he's dead and buried, hidden under the earth. And here I am in Thebes. I never put hand to sword, unless some longing for me wasted him away. Then in a sense you would say, I caused his death. But now all those prophecies I feared, Oedipus packs them off to sleep with him in hell. There is nothing, worthless. Again Jocasta saying, there, huh? Didn't I tell you from the start? You know, typical, I'm not going to say anything, typical, yeah. Didn't I tell you from the start? Yeah, I told you that. You don't listen to me. I'm your wife, I'm a good wife, yeah. So you did. I was lost in fear, huh? No more sweep it from your mind forever. But my mother's bed, surely I must fear. Fear? Fear? What should a man fear? It's all chance. And here really, again, you know, Jocasta is saying something philosophical, something really funny and amazing. She said, why should you fear? Fear? No. Why should a man fear? It's all chance. Chance rules our lives. So now she's coming back and contradicting herself. Chance, so luck, you know. Again to say it's chance. Not a man on earth can see a day ahead. Groping through the dark, better to live at random, best we can. As for this marriage with your mother, have no fear. Many a man before you in his dream has shared his mother's bed. Take such things for shadows, nothing at all. Live, Oedipus, as if there is no tomorrow. حسبي الله عليك يا مرة يا حرمة. What? Amir, where are you? Hello, my friends. Are you there?
Yes, doctor.
Yeah.
Yes, doctor.
What do you think? What is this? I think this is terrible. Not to think about the future, live today, don't think about tomorrow. Don't think about tomorrow. Oh, really? What kind of advice is this? Huh? Boys, girls, do we think about tomorrow? Tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow. Huh? Are we?
Yes, doctor.
Yeah, that's terrible. And she's saying, come on, don't think about that. Many men in their dreams, they dreamt that they were sleeping in their mother's bed. What is this? Are you crazy? What is this? I can't believe it. I can't believe it. Now, really, on this passage, Freudian psychology. On this passage, Freudian psychology was built, saying that men in their dreams, oh my God, this is unbelievable. I can't believe it. I really can't believe it. And even I'm not going to explain it here because this is unbelievable. She is asking Oedipus not to think about tomorrow, about nothing to do with tomorrow. If you are thinking about fearing your mother, don't worry. Many men in their dreams dreamt that they have slept in their mother's bed. Oh, for God's sake, that's sick. That is sick. Absolutely. So really, this is amazing. Our Jocasta is saying that? No. She is really here absolutely undermining the whole idea of really, logic and, talking about gods and talking chance. Chance, we are governed by chance. We don't use our minds. We don't think about anything. We don't worry about the future. Are we animals? Are we animals? We don't think about today or tomorrow. Live today, only today, she said. Live, Oedipus. Live, Oedipus. Huh? As if there is no tomorrow. Hasbi Allah alayki ya hurma. Hasbi Allah alayki ya hurma. Yeah. So really here, this passage is absolutely important and amazing. How wrong, how ugly, how wrong Jocasta here is. She is really trying to convince Oedipus to say, okay, don't worry. Don't think about tomorrow. You're not going to sleep with your mother. Don't worry. And really, this is the shock when she found out that it was her. That's why she hanged herself. She hanged herself because she was absolutely shocked. And again, Oedipus said to her, come on, brave words. Brave words. Brave words. Oh. Ya Hurma, kalimatun shuja'a. نعم أنت يا بطلة أنت. Oh, really? Brave words. And you would persuade me if mother weren't alive. But mother lives. So for all your reassurances, I live in fear. I must. Of course, I'm trying here to dramatize the thing for you, really. To show you maybe a little bit of that. And she's saying to him, don't worry, you will be fine, you will be fine. And now, of course, Oedipus was not, and now he's thinking with the messenger. Notice, Oedipus, great, no, I know, but I fear her that's still alive. And messenger, wait, who is this woman makes you so afraid? Merope, old man, the wife of Oedipus, the queen, what's there to fear in her? Oedipus, a dreadful prophecy, stranger, sent by the gods. Tell me, could you? Unless it's forbidden the other ears to hear. Not at all. Now he's going to be told the terrible thing. Now the double edge and the double dagger is going to stab in his heart. Now he's going to tell him, don't worry, she's not your real mother. What? She's not your real mother. What? Yeah, she's not your real mother. Don't worry. Yeah, yes, absolutely. And then really here, notice, not at all Apollo told me once. It's my fate, I must make love with my own mother. And he goes on. Notice, you are afraid of that? That kept you out of Corinth? Oedipus, my father, old man, so I wouldn't kill my father. Messenger, so that's it. Well then, seeing I came with such goodwill, my king, why don't rid you of all of that old worry now? Oedipus, what is a rich reward you would have for that? Messenger, what do you think I came for, Majesty? So you would come home, I will be better off. Never, I will never go near my parents. Messenger, my boy, it's clear you don't know what you are doing. Again, Oedipus, what do you mean, old man? For God's sake, explain. If you ran from them, always doubting, always dodging home, always terrified Apollo's oracle might come true, and you would be covered with guilt from both your parents? That's right, old man. That fear is always with me. Don't you know? You have really nothing to fear. But why? If I am their son, Merope Polypus, Polypus was nothing to you. That's why, not in blood. La ilaha illallah. Now he got it. Yeah. What are you saying? Polypus was not my father? No more than I am. He and I are equals. Oedipus, my father. How can my father equal nothing? You are nothing to me. Neither was he, no more your father than I am. Then why did he call me his son? You were a gift. A gift. MashaAllah. Ahla hadiya. A gift? How can my father equal nothing? Sorry. You were a gift. Years ago, know for a fact, he took you from my hands. No, from another hands. That's how could he love me so. He loved me deeply. Messenger, true. And his early years without a child made him love you all the more. Oedipus, and you did? And did you find me by accident? I stumbled on you down the woody flanks of Mount Cithaeron. Oedipus, so close? What were you doing here? Just passing through, watching over my flocks, grazing them on the slopes. Oedipus again, a herdman were you? A vagabond? Scraping for wages? Your savior too, my son, in your worst hour. Oedipus, oh, when you picked me up, was I in pain? What exactly? Your uncles, they tell the story. Look at them. Why remind me of that old affliction? Your uncles were pinned together. I set you free. That dreadful mark I have had it from the cradle. And you got your name from that misfortune too. You know, this is his name, as I told you, Oedipus. Yeah. From that misfortune too, the name is still with you. Oedipus, dear God, who did it? Dear God, who did it? Mother, father, tell me. I don't know. The one who gave you to me, he would know more. What? You took me from someone else? You did not find me yourself? No, sir. Another shepherd passed you on to me. Who? Do you know? Describe him. He called me himself a servant, if I remember rightly. Laius. What? Jocasta, turns sharply. Oedipus, the king of the land who ruled here long ago. That's the one. The herdsman was his man. Sorry, that herdsman was his man. Is he still alive? Can I see him? They would know best. The people of these parts. Oedipus and his messenger turned to the chorus. Does anyone know that herdsman, the one he mentioned? Anyone seen him in the fields, in the city? Out with it. The time has come to reveal this once for all. I think he is the very shepherd you wanted to see a moment ago, but the queen Jocasta, she is the one to say. Jocasta, you remember the man we just sent for? Is that the one he mentions? That man, why ask? Old shepherd talk, empty nonsense. Don't give it another thought. Don't even think. What? Give up now with a clue like this? Fail to solve the mystery of my birth? Not for that, not for all the world. And Jocasta, of course, is really unbelievable. She is totally shocked and she wants to stop all this. But of course, she is really not in her mind now. That man, why ask? And again she said, stop in the name of God. If you love me, my own life, call off this search. My suffering is enough. Courage, even if my mother turns out to be a slave, and I a slave, 3 generations back, you would not seem common. Oh no, listen to me, I beg you, don't do this. Listen to me, listen to you no more. I must know it all, must see the truth at last. No, please, for your sake, I want the best for you. Your best is more than I can see. Jocasta, you are doomed. You are doomed, may you never fathom. You are doomed, may you never fathom who you are. You know, that's your destiny, not to know forever, not to know who you are. Well, of course, Jocasta is here. Again, here really is lying again. Again, Oedipus, hurry, fetch me that herdsman now. Leave her to glory. Leave her to glory in her royal birth. Jocasta, again, she said, hey. And then she went, and of course, after this, she went inside and she killed herself. Man of agony, that's the only name I have for you, that no other ever. And leader, where is she gone, Oedipus? Rushing off, such wild grief. I'm afraid that from this silence something monstrous may come bursting forth. As if she went, as I said, she went and she committed suicide. She hanged herself. Yeah, and I think, I will read this. You know, we still have about 3 pages. Next week, I will finish this. Let me see, page 17. Yeah, well, I will stop here, boys and girls, of course. I will stop here and I'll continue next time. Here we are on page 421. When Jocasta went to kill herself. Allah la yurda. Okay. Huh? Okay, any question? Hello?
No, Doctor.
No question.
No, thank you, Doctor.
Yeah, Ramadan is doing really a good job with you all. You're so quiet, so dead. So, yeah, Basmala, yeah, it's an amazing play, isn't it? Yeah. What a shame. What a shame. Right, any question, boys and girls? If no questions, then that's it, and goodbye. I will see you next time. I will see you next time, but I will talk to somebody. I'll stay to talk to somebody amongst you. Okay, that's it. If you have no more questions, thank you for being nice. And I will see you next time. And next time it will be our last, could be our last meeting. Okay, Lujane, we are, I removed the rest from the meeting. Now you are on your own. Let me just stop the recording.